Good evening, world. This is Ivan Omer here again. It's going to be another very interesting video. I hope you guys enjoyed my video yesterday. I thought it would be cool. Ivan, that was an interesting video, you know what I'm saying? You talking about the difference between you and VJ's life. Yeah. You guys, oh my god, Ivan, thank you. That was an interesting video, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that was an interesting video. I thought it'd be cool to talk about that. How what? I figured out, just like I figured out the puzzle pieces of the game, I figured out why the mess happened. I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I figured out why the mess happened with VJ. It's because yeah, you guys set the whole thing up for obviously. You had all the dogs come after obviously. They're dogs. Yeah, yes, the men in Hollywood are animals and they're dogs obviously. But the only way for something messy to happen, whereby lovey shit went down with VJ and those men, is if VJ constantly kept going home with them and fucking them. Hence, VJ was obviously texting them, "Hey, let's meet up." And VJ met up with them and she hung out with them and she kept going to her house and fucking them obviously. That's why the mess happened. VJ was stupid because VJ was stupid obviously. Hence, VJ obviously took me the fuck for granted. She took me for granted, obviously. It's one thing to hook up with a guy, I don't know, for a few times, have one night stands. It's another thing to have lovey shit go down, whereby like VJ develops feelings for the man. Because when they say mess, it's not just the men. VJ obviously developed feelings for the men too. Obviously, they took a small, I don't know, a tiny piece of, a supposed tiny piece of her heart. You see what I'm saying? That's why they call it a mess. Obviously, they call it a mess because VJ had sex with an innumerable amount of people. Obviously, at the same time, shit went down in her personal life with a lot of men in Hollywood. My guess is a good 100, 200 men in Hollywood. It's very, very messy. Obviously, it's fucked up. Obviously, the worst mess of all, the worst mess, is the fact that even though VJ's mess in Hollywood's fucked up, the real the one thing that's really messy is her three boyfriends. As Pearson, Reeve, and Ryan Robin obviously took a pretty good chunk of VJ's heart, man. Because she dated those guys, man. She dated them. They fucked her for what? For years, man. Whereas these men in Hollywood, BJ probably had flings for maybe 3 weeks, a month, or 2 months, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And lovey shit went down with Ryan Rodman, Reeve, and Pearson. She dated those guys for 3 years, man. And VJ let those guys fuck her for 3 years. You let those guys hug you, kiss you. You know what I'm saying? You let Pearson hug you, caress you, kiss you, fuck you for 3 years. Knowing that Ivan was knowing that you knew I was lost at the time, sweetie. You knew I was lost and you fucking let Pearson get the best of you, man. You made let him fuck you for 3 years. That's why all those guys in Hollywood brag so much because yeah, man, we got the best of VJ. Yep. That's why all the men in Hollywood they all brag about fucking VJ because VJ was stupid. She just let all those men. I don't care. I'm gonna let all these guys come, guys. I'm gonna let you guys keep fucking me, and I'm gonna keep hanging out. You keep fucking me. I'm gonna let you get a small piece of my heart because VJ's fucking crazy, man. And she really pisses me off. Hence why I'm gonna keep saying this. Hence why sometimes I wonder if she's even God, man. I'm not kidding around. Sometimes I wonder. I'm like, is VJ even? She says, yeah, I know she's holy, but sometimes I wonder if the chick is even God then, because she's not. She's not like me. Obviously, Victoria Justice is nothing like me, man. She's nothing like me, man. Because I always wonder, I'm like, okay, if VJ's my nature, she's obviously holy. She's from the sky. She's holy like me. There's a reason why I don't struggle because I'm holy. Why is VJ the total opposite? Why is VJ so stupid? Because VJ, I don't know. I don't know, man. VJ is just something else, man. She really is. She let those guys. Whereas these women in Hollywood you're not going to see these women in Hollywood bragging about getting a piece of Ivan's heart because I'm not going to let any of these women in Hollywood get a piece of my heart. Yeah, I might mess up. I don't know. I might mess up with a good. I don't know. I might mess up with a good maybe. I don't know with a good maybe 50 woman or something like that. 50, 61, I might hook up with someone. I might have a couple one night stands with some woman. But no lovey shit's gonna go down with me as a woman. When I mean lovey shit, I'm not gonna develop any feelings for any of these women. I might have a few one night stands with them and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them might confess their love for me, but I'm not going to let any of them take a piece of my heart and have me develop feelings for them. No fucking way. Whereas Victoria Justice, she just let all these animals in Hollywood get the best of her, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you won the sex, VJ. You know what I'm saying? Because even though VJ let those guys get the best of her, because VJ was God, she obviously won the sex. Obviously, okay, we can't do this anymore. I can't do. We can't do this anymore. We can't see each other anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because those guys confessed their love for her, but VJ said no, I can't do it anymore because VJ loves me. Obviously, don't hate me, guys. You know what I'm saying? She loves me, obviously, and that's why VJ said no, I can't do this anymore. But you let those guys get the best of you, knowing that you had a husband too. That's what pisses me off, man. Whereas me, I'm not gonna let these women get the best of me, knowing that you're my wife, because I fucking love you, obviously. With Victoria Justice, just let those guys get the best of her, man. She fucking pisses me off, man. Yeah. That's why it's hard for me to really. Sometimes it's really hard for me to take her seriously, man. When she says she's blue, when she says she's God, I'm like, man, like you're God and you fucked up this bad. You fucked up this bad. You know what I'm saying? Even though the world set the whole thing up for you, the world obviously tested you. Because to the world, even though the world's wicked and the wicked people, obviously, this whole thing to the world is a game. It's a game. Okay, even though I want to cause mess and lives in life because we're enemies, so you want to destroy a relationship. Let's test VJ. Let's test this goddess. Let's see how holy VJ really is. VJ won in the sense that she won the sex, obviously, but let's see how holy VJ is. Let's see if VJ can pass the test. And VJ, no offense, VJ, you did not pass the test. You failed miserably, man. The fact that you had the one thing that confirms the fact that you failed is that you had boyfriends. That's the one thing that confirms it for me. Yeah, Victoria Justice failed the test. She dated 3 guys. You didn't just date one guy, you dated 3 guys for years. And you let those guys fuck you for years. You see what I'm saying here? You let those animals in Hollywood, you let Reeve fuck you for 2 years. Hence, Reeve is obviously cocky. Yeah, man, I got the best of VJ. It was so easy, you know what I'm saying? I dated her for 3 years, I fucked her for 2.5 years. Yep. Reeve Carney will forever brag about what? Reeve Carney is obviously bragging about how the good moments you had together with you. He's gonna brag, obviously. Pearson Ford is gonna brag. I remember that one interview. You know what I'm saying? When Regis Naomi you guys no kisses when she was interviewed with her interview with Pearson, right? And that Masters chick. Remember that interview, guys, about that Naomi no kisses interview at the iPhone place in New York or something like that. VJ's like, yeah, we were wild out in New York and all that stuff. VJ was bragging about it. You see Pearson, he's like, yeah, he's bragging. You know what I'm saying? Because Pearson's obviously cocky because yeah, man, I dated Ivan's wife for 3 years. VJ let me fuck her for 3 fucking years. Yep, all those guys in Hollywood all brag. They all brag about they're all cocky and they all brag about fucking VJ because VJ was stupid. She let all these guys in Hollywood just get the best of her, man. Whereas all these women in Hollywood, you're not going to see them bragging. They might brag, I banged Ivan, but you're not going to see all these women in Hollywood bragging about Ivan because Ivan's fucking strong. Even though Ivan fucked us in our business life and we all won him, Ivan won. Ivan's strong and Ivan chooses not to go home with us. Yeah, I might fuck up a few times, obviously. I'm not going to say guaranteed it's not going to be 100% perfect. No way. Because I'm having sex, because the world turned me into a man where I'm having sex with so many women, obviously, and these women are cats. Chances are I'll mess up a little bit. I might have a few one night stands with some women, obviously. Like go to a hotel, go home with them, and have a few one night stands. I'm not gonna say everything will be perfect. My point is, I'm not gonna fuck up the way VJ did, and I'm not gonna let any of these women get a piece of my heart. You see what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let any. You know what I'm saying? These women are all gonna be shocked. Holy shit! Ivan's so strong, man, compared to VJ. Yup. Ivan is so strong. We all want him so bad. Think about it. All these women in Hollywood all want me so bad, obviously, and Ivan still doesn't choose. He chooses not to go home with us. Yeah. I'd rather... If you want to have sex with me in your business life, I'll have sex with you in the business life. If you think you're going to get a piece of me and have me go home with you every day for weeks, and have you think you're going to I'm going to let you take a piece. Take a piece of my heart. I'm not going to let you get a piece of my heart, obviously. As these men in Hollywood, even though they want to destroy my relationship with my wife, and they're going to be left behind, get what you deserve, they obviously tested VJ, obviously. Because this whole thing to you guys is a game. It's a fucked up game to you guys. I don't play around with this stuff. This whole thing to you is a game, obviously. The man tested Hollywood, and I guarantee you all the men in Hollywood, yeah, even though VJ won the sex, VJ failed, man, because VJ let us all get a piece. A lot of us get a piece of the action. You see what I'm saying here? Whereas all these Hollywood women are also testing me too. Let's see how strong Ivan really is. Let's see how strong Ivan really is. I pay this fee. They're all coming out to me and they're like, holy shit, Ivan's so strong. They're all gonna be shocked. Holy shit, Ivan's so strong. Yep. Because I'm green, man. I'm holy, man. Ivan's so strong compared to VJ, whereas VJ fucked up bad, man. Ivan's so strong. Yep. Ivan is a fucking strong. Right? I'm gonna be so strong that I'm not gonna mess up. None of these women are gonna get a piece of are gonna get a piece of me. You may get a piece of me physically in terms of we have sex, obviously, but none of those women are gonna get a piece of my heart. As no lovey shit will go down with Ivan and these women, obviously. They might confess their love for me because they're fucking crazy. Yo, look, man, you can confess your love for me all you want. I don't love you. I don't even know who you are. The only reason why this is happening is because you forced me to have sex with you. I'm not interested in you, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Victoria Justice obviously loves some of the men, obviously. I'm not VJ's only love. Victoria Justice had boyfriends. Victoria Justice obviously loved Ryan Rodman, which is a crushing thought, obviously. She loved Reeve Carney, and she obviously loved Pearson Forde, obviously, because she dated them. She dated them for 3 years. They fucked her. They've been fucking for 3 years. So she obviously loved all those men, obviously. You see what I'm saying? Because, again, that's how you know VJ was stupid. She took me the fuck for granted. She let these men get a small piece of her heart, because VJ's fucking something else, man. And she also loved some of the men in Hollywood, too. With the mess, obviously, right? She obviously loved, I don't know, 100, 200 men in Hollywood, you know what I'm saying? Supposedly love. Because the whole thing's bullshit, obviously. Because her spirit ran away, obviously. She obviously loved some of the men in Hollywood. Yeah, hence why they call it a mess, obviously. Hence why VJ told me what happened to those men, she would crush my heart, and I would piece the fuck up, man. Because it's, Ivan, I loved like so many men in Hollywood. We were lovers, man. It's a shitty feeling, yeah. Because VJ was stupid, obviously. And that's why U-World, I don't mean to be rude, VJ. U-World, like, yeah, we tested VJ. We tested this holy goddess VJ, and VJ failed badly. She failed miserably, obviously. And that's why people call her a crazy bitch, because even though you guys set the whole thing up for VJ, because you're wicked people, obviously, Victoria Justice did not pass the test. She failed the test, man. Whereas Ivan O'Mara, you guys all say, yeah, when we tested Ivan when Ivan paid his fee, and Ivan passed. Ivan passed the test with flying colors. Victoria Justice failed the fucking test. She failed the fucking test as she had what? She had lovers, man. VJ not only had sex with a lot of men, she had lovers. Pearson was your lover, VJ. You fucked him for 3 years, and you dated him for 3 years. Reeve Carney was your lover, and Ryan Rodman was your lover, as well as you also had the mess in Hollywood. The mess in Hollywood. Has Victoria Justice failed the test. She passed the test in the sense that she won the sex, but my point is, even though VJ won the sex, obviously, those men got a small piece of VJ's heart, man. Hence, VJ did not pass the test. She failed the test, obviously. So I'm going to ask you this question. So you as God, knowing that you had a husband, you willfully let these men in Hollywood take a piece of your heart, man. The nerve, knowing that you had a husband, you let these men in Hollywood take a small piece of your heart, knowing that you had a husband, man. And you knew what you were doing, and you let these men take a piece of your heart, a small piece of your heart. Hence why Victoria Justice really, really pisses me off. And U-World obviously tested VJ, and VJ, you guys all know, yeah, man, Victoria Justice failed badly. She failed the test. Victoria Justice is nothing like Ivan. She's just, even though she's holy, she's just something else. Yep. Even though VJ's holy and she's God and she's blue, Victoria Justice is something else. Sometimes I even wonder that she's even God. Sometimes I even wonder if she's even God. Because Victoria Justice, what? Man? She failed the test miserably. I don't mean to be rude, sweetie. You know what I'm saying? But you failed the test miserably, man. You failed the test badly, man. You let so many men take a small piece of your heart. Whereas I'm not going to let any of these women take a piece of my heart, man. And you let these men in Hollywood just take a piece of that, man. Because you're fucking stupid and you're crazy. You're a crazy woman, man. Fucking crazy. Yeah, man. I'm giving you a prediction. Ivan, man, you don't understand. We should be like, Ivan, you don't understand. The men in Hollywood are animals or dogs. I'm like, VJ, I know they're animals. I know they're dogs. But trust me, this woman in Hollywood, I know they're cats. You know what I'm saying? When I pay his fee, I'm gonna easily be able to fight them off. And you women all know what I'm talking about. Yeah, we know Ivan, you can fight him off. Yes. You know I can easy fight off all these women, obviously. Fight them off. Yeah, man. I'll mess up a little bit. I might have a few one-night stands with these women. I don't know. I might hang out. I'm at a bar. They're all hitting on me. And some days I might give them temptation. I might go home. Okay, fuck it. I'll just go home and fuck this girl. because you have temptations, obviously. I might fuck up a little bit, but I'm not gonna have any lovey shit go down. Those women may confess their love for me after one night stand. Look, man, I'm not interested in you. This is just sex. You know what I'm saying? This is just sex. I love my wife. I'm not interested in you. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm holy, obviously. Just like the fact that trust me, when I pay this fee, I'm gonna confirm it for you, VJ. When I pay this fee, when all these Hollywood County women come after me, and the fact that I'm able to fight them off, that's how I know you could have easily fought off the men too, but you were stupid. Even the men in Hollywood know, yeah, because VJ's God and VJ's holy, VJ could have fought us off, but VJ was stupid. VJ just gave in temptation. She kept texting us. She kept hanging out. She kept hanging out with us. The reason why the mess happened is VJ gave into the temptation. She loved the sex so much. She kept hanging out with the guys, kept going home with them. She kept fucking them, obviously. Hence why the mess happened. You see what I'm saying her? And you guys turned her into a whore. But even if you turn me into a man whore, because I'm holy, I'm still going to be able to fight out these women. I'm still going to be able to fight out these women in Hollywood. No fucking problem. The fact that I don't struggle with sex, the fact that I fought off those strippers who were naked in front of me. So think about it. If I can fight off a woman who's naked in front of me and not go home with her, what makes you think I can't fight off a woman hanging out with me at the bar? I can fight them off easily. Yeah, I pass the test with those strippers. I can pass the test with what? With these Hollywood women too, obviously. Easily. I'm not going to say easily, but I can fight off the woman. I'll be able to fight them off. I won't be able to fight them off easily, but I can fight them off. See what I'm saying here? Because I fucking love you, sweetie. Yeah. So, you guys, Ivan, that was an amazing video you made yesterday where you compared, you know what I'm saying? And that's why the world obviously makes fun of what? The world brags, they make fun of me, obviously. They brag about how VJ fucked up so bad, man. They brag, and because VJ, you let those men get the best of you. That's why everyone around the world, that's why all those guys in Hollywood, they all brag. They brag so much, yeah, man, I fucked VJ. We had our good moments. We were lovers. I'm saying they all brag because VJ, you let those men get a piece of your heart, man. Because VJ's fucking stupid, obviously. They all brag, which pisses me off. It's a crushing thought knowing that those men brag. They all brag, yeah, man, I banged VJ. You know what I'm saying? We were lovers. Yeah, we had to supposedly lovers, right? We were lovers and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because what? VJ was stupid, obviously. Yeah. Hence why the world makes fun of me, obviously. They always make fun of the mess and all that stuff. And the world obviously knows that VJ, we tested VJ. VJ did not pass the test. VJ failed. For someone who's God, VJ, you failed the test, man. You did not pass the test. You failed the fucking test. You failed miserably, man. As you let shit go down with what? You didn't let. It's one thing to have shit go down with 1, 2, 3 men. It's another thing to have shit go down with 100, 200 men. Like, what the fuck were you thinking, VJ? What were you thinking, man? Like, it boggles my mind. Like, what the fuck were you thinking, Victoria Justice, man? Just letting all these men just get a piece of your heart. What were you thinking? You know what I'm saying? Ivan, I couldn't help with their animals. I'm like, look, VJ, when I pay this fee, I'm going to be able to fight off all these women in Hollywood. If I can fight them off, you can fight the men off too. Because we're both God, we're both holy. You're holy like me. If you're my nature and you're from the sky and you're God, you are holy like me. You knew full well what you're doing. Hence what? Hence there's no excuse, obviously. It's one thing to have crazy casual sex, hook up with some guys on the side a few times. It's another thing to have loving shit to go down with what? Whereby you're developing feelings for the man too when you constantly keep fucking them, and then something messy happens and you have to what? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. I guarantee you at first when VJ started hanging out with the guys and fucking them, VJ, oh my god, VJ's like, I'll just keep fucking the guys, you know what I'm saying? And eventually she kept fucking those guys. And VJ started to develop feelings for them, and then she kept fucking them more, and it became very, very messy. And then and it finally hit VJ, oh my god, I look at what I got myself into because of my stupidity. And before you know it, the mess happened with what? The mess happened with like 200 men plus in Hollywood, man. Something fucked up, yeah, man. Yeah, man. Because VJ was stupid, obviously. And she took me the fuck for granted. As when I pay this fee, I will be able to fight off these Hollywood women. I'll mess up a little bit, obviously, because they're cats, obviously. I'm not perfect, but I'm not going to mess up the way VJ messed up. Because I'm holy and I'm God, I'm not going to mess up the way VJ messed up. Pay my dues. You know what I'm saying? I get beer, I get smokes. You know what I'm saying? You might hear some noise. My separator's on tremble. I get beer, I get smokes, and I what? And I watch movies on TV. That's the kind of guy I am. You see what I'm saying here? Obviously, right? I'm gonna keep saying this. Well, the countdown is ticking to this series. We're November 10th today, I believe. We only have tomorrow, and that's tomorrow is the last day. The last side video I'll be making, guys, before I make that final announcement. I'll be making the final announcement on the 12th. So today's the 10th, and then tomorrow I'll be making my final video before my final announcement. Now, today I'll go to the park, have a pack of smokes, prepare myself mentally, obviously, for that final announcement. Stay tuned for that video. I'm going to talk about what? My life, man. I'm going to talk about my life in Montreal, the good moments I had in Montreal. I played hockey a lot in Montreal, soccer too. I played soccer. I played in the soccer league, and I also played a lot of street hockey in Montreal. There was this guy we used to know. He was a bit older than us. You know what I'm saying? He played hockey. We used to play with him and play hockey together. You know who you are. You know what I'm saying? You played hockey and all that stuff. We lived in that shitty apartment in Montreal, man. We're poor people. This is for people who are poor. This is for people. This is for lower class families. People who make like $30,000 a year around there. $30,000 a year. This is for poor people, man. And we lived in that shitty apartment in Montreal. And then we moved to Hull. We lived in a shitty apartment in Hull for 1 year. So we lived in that Hull apartment for 1 year. And after the 1 year, we moved to this house. This house in Elmer. And I lived here for 20 years. Since 2001, I lived here. For 20 years, I lived here. I moved in this house when I was what? When I was 9 years old. Yeah, when I was 9 years old, I moved into this house. And I'm 29 now, so I lived here for 20 years. Obviously. I told you, even though this is a beautiful neighborhood, this neighborhood, for someone who's a gatekeeper, this is the ghetto, obviously. As the neighborhood I live in is a beautiful neighborhood, obviously, but it's the ghetto. You see what I'm saying here? It's the ghetto. As for someone who's God, who's the son of God, I shouldn't be living in this neighborhood. I should be living in what? The billionaire life of the Stephans. The Stephans locked the doors on me and my wife. You see what I'm saying here? The Stephans locked the doors on me and my wife, obviously. And the countdown's ticking, guys, as tomorrow is the last day. Tomorrow I'll be making my final side video. Oh, is I really done, man? Yep, I am done, man. I'm gonna make that my final side video for that video, obviously. And what? And yeah, man. And after that, I am done, guys. After that, After that, you have on the 12th. I'll make that final announcement, and I'll split my announcement into two parts. There's a lot of things on my mind I want to talk about in regards to my life, man. So I'm gonna split it. I'll be nice enough. I'll split it into two parts. You're gonna see Ivan's Miscellaneous Series, the final announcement. I'm gonna talk about my life, obviously, and then part two will be what I'll talk about what I went through from high school, how all my friends abandoned me in high school after grade 11, almost because in Quebec, in Quebec, high school ends after grade 11. Whereas in all the other provinces, it ends after grade 12. Well, Quebec, school ends after grade 11. Because Quebec is like a unique province, obviously. 60% to pass ends at grade 11. After grade 11, I finished high school, obviously. All my so-called friends abandoned me. They abandoned me. You guys know who you are. I don't know what happened, but after high school, all my friends just deserted me, man. They just deserted me. I remember when I hung out with my best friend. This guy was my supposed best friend. I got this. I can tell him, like, yeah, it seems like this guy doesn't care about me anymore. I got that vibe from him, like he didn't care. The reason why he was hating on me a little bit. The reason why is because he knew in the future, yeah, Ivan's gonna be king in I don't know, in like 15 years now, Ivan's gonna be king. We're all gonna be working minimum wage. And that's why all my friends abandoned me after high school, because they knew, yeah, even though Ivan's lost, we know Ivan's gonna be king in the future. Smoking out of going greedy with his wife, a multi-billionaire. He's gonna be richer than all of us by a milestone. Richer than all these people's cousins, all these rich people's parents, richer than all these guys' wealth is pocket change compared to my wealth. Pocket Pocket change. So all these guys in Darcy, they have the guts to brag about how rich their parents were, how rich this woman's parents were, how rich. My best friend, one of my best friend's parents, he bragged about how rich his father was. Yeah, my dad's fucking rich. He owns this golf course. You know what I'm saying? My best friend, my supposed best friend, he's like, yeah, my cousin's fucking rich. Yet the whole time I'm a multi-billionaire, I have the keys. I'm gonna be rich and all these guys by my milestone, and their wealth is pocket change compared to my wealth. I don't mean to be rude here, guys, but look, man, all these guys used to brag about how rich all these people were. Their wealth is all pocket change compared to my wealth. I'm richer than all these guys by a milestone. I'm so rich, I'm paying these Hollywood actors their salary. That's how fucking rich I am. Ivan and Vijay are so rich, they're paying these Hollywood actors their fucking salary. Their multi-million dollar salary. Feeding them, flying them on their jet. Yeah, man, I'm paying these actors in Hollywood their salary. All these actors who I look up to. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I'm paying them their salary. Yeah, that's how boss movies are gonna be, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You look at very interesting real. I'm gonna talk about my life. How all my teachers put me down. That grade 6 teacher, she hated. You know who you are. She hated my guts. Hated me. She had a hatred for me, man. Yeah, I didn't like you, Ivan. Yep, because of her envy. She knew what she knew what she knew in the future. Ivan O'Mara would be king. In 18 years from now, Ivan's gonna be king. Yeah, she knew. She saw the future. That's why she treated me like shit. Obviously, she treated me such like shit that I remember that well, there's one time when this girl sat across from me. She called me a name, and that teacher heard it. You heard it. The girl started. She called me this name, and I called her name back, and she picked on me. And she even called my parents, my stepfather. We had this meeting in the office before school started with that one teacher. And that one teacher's like, yeah, I even called this girl this name. I'm like, man, this woman started. She had that smirk on her face. Excuse me, I even called this woman this name, and you knew the woman started, and you picked on me, man. That teacher was a bitch, man. I don't mean to be rude, but that grade 6 teacher was a bitch. She hated my guts, man. But you know who you are. Once I'm king and my king with me, you're gonna be left behind. You're not gonna be saved. You got what you fucking deserve, obviously. I remember what you did to me. You picked on me when you knew that woman started. She called me that name, and I called her name back, and you picked on me because you're hatred for me, obviously. You fucking picked on me, obviously, and you even had the guts to set a meeting with my stepfather, and you knew the whole time the doors were locked on me because she's fucking wicked, obviously, and you knew my family was gatekeepers, and none of you guys bothered to tell me that because my teacher's fucking wicked, obviously. You know, that's why I shut all those teachers up for good, obviously. And I remember when my stepfather was yelling at me, I cried because he was yelling at me like crazy in the office. I cried, obviously, and the whole time the doors were locked on me. That's how wicked my stepfamily is. And that teacher had that smirk on her face. I got you, Ivan, you know what I'm saying? Because she's fucking wicked. You know what I'm saying? And she yelled at me for accidentally spitting on the ground. So you want to yell at a 12-year-old kid for accidentally spitting on the ground. That's all. And she called me a filthy, filthy human being for accidentally spitting on the ground. You see what I'm saying here? Yeah. And she also told the junior high school that Ivan O'Mara is not smart. Yeah, Ivan O'Mara is dumb. He's not smart enough for the regular program. She literally told him that. Yeah, Ivan's not smart enough for the regular program. And so when I was in grade 7, they put me in retard. Because of that teacher, they put me in retard class in grade 7, obviously. I remember I was in retard class. I'm like, why the fuck am I in this retarded class? Retard class is for people who are dumb, man. People who are not smart. They can't do the regular program. She put me in. I was in retard class in grade 7, all of grade 7, obviously. And I'm like, why the fuck am I in retard class? I'm not fucking stupid. I can pass the regular program. And I proved that teacher wrong. I finished my high school, and I got better marks than even a lot of the guys in Darcy for history and English. And so I shut that teacher up for good. I shut her up the fuck for good, man. Because yeah, and I wrote a fantasy novel that you can never write. As all these teachers in Darcy who read my Last of Zane's book, they're all going to be shocked like, holy shit, Ivan wrote a masterpiece. You know what I'm saying? Ivan wrote a masterpiece. Ivan what? Ivan wrote a masterpiece, and Ivan what? Ivan wrote a masterpiece, and that we can never write. And Ivan was a horrible student, yeah. And so all the future generation kids in Darcy, who go to Darcy in, like, I don't know, in 2022, you know what I'm saying? All the teachers are like, yeah, Ivan was in my class. He was a student of mine. Ivan was a horrible student. I remember him in Darcy. He was a horrible student. He came here 15 years ago for grade 10 and 11. He was a horrible student in Darcy. They're all going to say that, obviously. He was a horrible student. Ivan was a horrible student who was able to write a masterpiece like this, a masterpiece buried in Lord of the Rings. Are you sure Ivan was a horrible student? Yeah, man, Ivan was a horrible student. He skipped class, he braided his homework. He was a horrible student, you know what I'm saying? Ivan was a horrible, all the students are all shocked. Holy shit. Ivan was a horrible student who was able to write an amazing novel like this, the best fantasy novel ever written. A novel that no fantasy book can top. As Last of Us is a book that no fantasy book can top, man. No fantasy novel will be able to top Last of Us. As Last of Us is an unbeatable story. Unmatchable story. You're looking at a masterpiece. Trust me, once you read my book, you guys are gonna be like, you guys are gonna read my book, and once you read it, you're gonna have the story. You're gonna have the story in your mind, obviously. You're gonna oh my god, Ivan wrote such a masterpiece, and you're gonna start thinking, oh my god, I can't see any fantasy novel, I can't see any fantasy author coming up with a better story than this. You can't come up with a better story than Last of Us. A better fantasy story. I'm talking about fantasy here because we're talking about different genres here, right? I can't picture a fantasy novel topping this kind of story. Yeah, you can. You can't top a story like Last of Us. You can't. Xanus is such a good book. I can't even write another fantasy novel. If I want to write another fantasy novel, I have to write it in the same universe because I can't think of a story better than Last of Us. I can't top that story, man. If I were to write more books, which I'm not going to do, I'm retiring after I finish Xanus. I'm retiring as an author. But if I were to write more fantasy novels, I would write in fantasy in the same genre as Last of Us. It's the same world, the north, the south. I'd write a prequel or a side story in the same world. See what I'm saying here? Because Last of Us is that good of a story. It's a fucking masterpiece, guys. Trust me, you'll see what I mean when you read. My wife will be shocked with my story. She'll be like, "Holy shit, Ivan, you wrote this book?" I'm like, "Yeah, I wrote it." Sweet. Ivan, you lying to me? You sure didn't have any help? I'm like, "No, VJ, I wrote this book. I wrote this amazing story." You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? VJ will be like, "Holy shit, Ivan, this is a masterpiece. This is such an amazing story, Ivan. Ivan, this is the best. This is the best story ever told. The best fantasy novel ever written. This is so good. This is better. I don't know if VJ's read Lord of the Rings. I highly doubt it though. But VJ's obviously, I'm pretty sure VJ's watched the Lord of the Rings movies. VJ will be like, "Holy shit, Ivan! This story is amazing. This story is, if you adapt it to the big screen, you're looking at the one of the best movies ever made. Yeah, a movie even better than Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings. That's how top much of a book I wrote, man. I wrote a masterpiece, a fucking masterpiece. You see what I'm saying here? I wrote a masterpiece, man. You guys will be like, "Holy shit, Ivan wrote a masterpiece." Yes, I wrote a masterpiece. I wrote a fucking masterpiece, guys. A fucking masterpiece. I'm gonna shut my camera off here.